Hey everybody. I'm back. Gabe, part whatever of the Mass Effect retrospective. I was gonna have us teleport down to the planet for our first mission, for our next mission, which I believe was gonna be probably Wrex. Probably. But then I remembered something might happen because I only have Novaria on here. So I realized we might have a thing that you need to see. So without further ado...
Good timing, Commander.
There you go.
Transmission coming in from the Citadel. Top priority clearance.
Who's it from?
Is it the ambassador?
It's not his signature. I think it's from the council.
Also, apologies if the last episode felt a little bit sped up. Or like I was kind of blowing through it. I was a little bit rusty and I was pressed for time during it. But now I'm a little bit back. I have a little bit more time. Feeling good. Feeling good on a Friday. Yeah. Alright. I wonder what this is about.
Commander Shepard, we've received information that may be critical to your mission against...
Oh, good.
I'll take all the help I can get.
I could be a bitch, but I won't.
One of our infiltration regiments in the Traverse.
Cool, what's that?
You mean spies?
Spectres tend to attract attention, Commander, but they are only one arm of the Council. Special task groups are often a better option for monitoring developing situations.
I see.
Infiltration units scattered throughout the border regions of Citadel space. This particular unit was gathering intel on Saren.
And
What did they find?
Unfortunately, the message we received was little more than static. The infiltration team...
Oh, I hate when that happens.
...where they can't set up proper interstellar communications. But the message was sent on a channel reserved for mission-critical communications. Whatever
So,
they're trying to tell us, we know.
We don't know what the call was about,
Considering your interest,
but they definitely called 911.
might want to investigate this. Find out what happened.
That sounds serious.
The planet Vermeer.
I can hear my voice in the headphones and it's loud. Well, thank you.
I'll look into it.
The Council prefers
I appreciate
not
it.
to become involved in the specifics of Spectre activities.
Yes, I
I
know.
want you to be aware of all your options, including Vermeer. Good luck, Commander Shepard.
Yeah, well, you gotta do it anyways.
You advised if we learn anything else.
Okie dokie. Artichoke. Artichoke, choke. So anyways, so yes, now we have Vermeer. I think I can look up the... No, that's other stuff. I don't want to see that. Nope. There it is. Head to Vermeer and rendezvous with the Solarian team. Race against time. Saren's searching for the conduit. So yeah, now we have another planet. Am I still at Pharos? God damn, I mean, hold on. Do I have any quests to return? I'm sorry. I should have done this before, but I got that. I'm gonna do that when you're not looking. Oh god, I just remembered I have a bunch of stuff to do when you're not looking. I have to show you this. Okay. Oh no. I sneezed. Excuse me. Alright. But on to do Rex's quest. Then we'll do Garrus's. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I explored this cluster. I'm just gonna check really quick. I'm pretty sure I did. I don't remember. I should have looked at the previous footage that I already recorded and released, but whatever. So yeah, I'm sorry I sneezed. I should be blowing my nose, but I won't. It's flying off at the speed of sound.
Message coming in.
What?
Normandy, this is Alliance.
Ah, crap.
We're detecting your presence in the Attican Beta Cluster.
No.
Our surveillance drones was gathering intel.
No.
You need to go ground side and recover the...
I don't want to do this one. God. Alright, hold on. Let me just... I thought I did this. I'm sorry, everybody. I am sorry. Hold on. Just give me a second. If for some reason I've decided to leave this into the recording, I'm on Elitania. And this is This is one of the weirdest missions in the game. Well, this part right here. This isn't part of the mission technically. I don't know if I'm leaving this in, to be perfectly honest. I'll slow down so you can read and pause, but this is all just a lot of text saying how much like humanity was washed as they were like, you know, early primitive species on Earth, and like the Protheans are basically watching you. There's nothing that more or less confirms this really. It's just a little text adventure, not even that, to be honest, that just talks about humanity's early days and how we were being watched. It's a nice little sci-fi cute mystery that, like, Mass Effect 1 has a lot of things like that. A lot of cute little mysteries, like sci-fi mysteries of like, what was that about? Like, you know, a lot of like unsolved weird things that happen in the universe. You can, for the most part, you can pretty much explain them off once you have enough knowledge about the series. It's not too difficult. It's just, these are just little cute asides. Like, these would work really well in a show, in a sci-fi show that's episodic and like doesn't have a real overarching goal, just kind of like has you do weird things from time to time. So yeah, it's the kind of idea that fits more in Mass Effect 2. Honestly, if Andromeda had just kind of made it so, if Andromeda had took Mass Effect 2, taken away the big, really important plot, and just made it like, oh, we're Star Trek, we're original Star Trek, where we're gonna have philosophical episodes about the nature of the universe and our place in it, and deep questions about our existence as characters and how we relate to one another in the scope of you know, the galaxy and new alien species and cross culture problems. That would be genuinely fascinating. But instead, it has to be like a really weird, cringeworthy adventure filled with jumpstart heroes that are trying to make a name for themselves, that just want to find a home. So they went to a different galaxy where they'll never go back again. It reeks of immaturity. And I've said that before, but the issue is Andromeda doesn't stop being immature. Like, it stays immature the whole way, and then it expects me to take it seriously, and I kind of don't. Like, I appreciated it at first, how, like, irregular and abnormal Ryder as a hero is, or how you can play them, and how most of the options are just, like, sarcastic, or, like, inept. But eventually it just, I'm just not a fan of it. Because eventually it gets old. And you have this unearned sense of confidence, and, like, BioWare has a really bad time making protagonists that aren't just super special for no reason. Like, in Andromeda, it's nepotism. It's like, oh, your dad gave you the power, so it's on you now, which is super unfair. And for once, I would like a BioWare game to, like, because if it exists, then there's been a few where they've tried to pace it properly. But for once, I would just like a BioWare game that didn't go crazy with that. Like, 5 minutes when the game is started, you're in charge of everyone. I wish it would just take its time and, like, you know, halfway through the game, now you're in charge. After you've earned it, after you've gotten used to not being in charge. You know, not deciding where to go. Having a linear game. Oh, fuck. Okay, I thought I tried myself. Having a linear game for the most part. And Mass Effect 2 and 3 are completely linear. They have moments of non-linearity, but, like, they don't really mean anything in the grand scheme of things. Like, they help. Like, there are certain quests you can do in certain orders, but in large part it doesn't affect anything really, except maybe a few character deaths here and there if you choose not to participate in them at all. But yeah, like, who cares? Like this is Mass Effect open world right now. The first Mass Effect, and it's not that good. It's just kind of busy work, except I got used to it. And, like, it doesn't offend me that much. Like, it's not trying to be more than it is. And, like, for the first time playing this, these all tell little interesting asides about, like I'm here because a probe went down. And, you know, there's not much to this one, but to other ones, there's a little bit more context, a little bit more dialogue, background. There's one that just tells you straight up about what the Skillian Blitz was like, and the history and who was behind it. And that's genuinely fascinating. But, yeah, like, busy work like this isn't fun. And, like, sure, in Andromeda it looks better, but it's still busy work. And unfortunately, like I'm really tired of Bioware trying to do open world games because they can create beautiful vistas, but there's nothing interesting in them. Inquisition and Andromeda had the same problem. And I'm about to get 4 renegade points. Hold on.
That was a
Blam.
stream, wasn't it?
Oh shit! I killed too many.
On your good side.
I didn't mean to do that. Sorry. I gotta sneeze again. Hey! Phew! Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh no! What have I done? I totally didn't mean to do that on purpose. Get fucked, animals. Anyways. So this is an ambush by the Geth. I've talked enough about Andromeda again. I just wanted to take a little second to do that. So I'll see you guys back on the ship when we're going to do Wrex's quest. Or just back on the planet where we do Wrex's quest. See ya. Oh, I didn't press it. I didn't press A. I should stop talking. Because none of this is usable. I shouldn't be using it. Oh, Jesus Christ. No, just start deleting. Because I can't keep doing this. I can't keep grabbing monkeys. I mean, I could. Who's going to stop me? Really, you know? You at home?
Take cover.
Because you can't. I just do that all day. Unfortunately, you can only get renegade points one time for it. As if doing it over and over again isn't super cruel. And even, I mean, I guess you get desensitized to monkey killing. Didn't I have my helmet on? Oh, that's outside. Yes, because the air is toxic. Alright, everybody, welcome back. So I probably cut back to what I was doing on Elitania, unfortunately, because I couldn't shut up for 5 seconds. And I've kind of accepted the fact that I'm gonna talk. But sorry about that. And I'm not gonna do Pinnacle Station probably. Not on camera. I just want to let you know that since I'm in the area. I will do Bring Down the Sky on camera. Because I think it's worth talking about and worth playing, because it's DLC. Well, this is DLC too, but like Bring Down the Sky is proper DLC that actually has some content, even if it's isolated and doesn't belong in the main story. But yeah, I'm not gonna show you Pinnacle Station. Maybe I'll show you the final mission for Pinnacle Station, just because it's a pain in the ass. It's not worth it. But we'll see if I feel like it. I might not. But without further ado, let's go do Wrex's mission. I feel like a lot of this is going to be griping about the Mass Effect trilogy in hindsight. Sorry, not trilogy, franchise now. Oh, add. I picked these two because... Oh, I shouldn't pick these two. God damn. Alright, it's fine. I'll live with the consequences. But, yeah, I'm picking these two characters just because they have really good interaction on Vermeer, and I won't spoil what it is, but, you know, I don't know, I just want you to have the seed of thought with them together right now. Oh god, how much is this? Not worth it. That anomaly probably isn't worth it, but I'm gonna go do it. I'll go to the anomaly, and I'll use it as an opportunity to just talk more, because apparently I can't stop myself from talking. So, that's gonna happen. And do that because I'm already here. I don't need to do stasis because I never use stasis, but whatever. Alright. So, we're here to do Wrex's quest. And it's a very personal quest. We don't need to do it. But it does help the story out. And actually does help with his personal arc for the story. But, I kind of want to take a second now that everything's calm and I'm not listening to characters in the background. Just talk about the Mass Effect franchise right now. I feel like I haven't really gotten a chance to do that, and while I'm doing kind of this non-essential stuff, I feel like it's kind of good podcast talking right now. And my issue is Andromeda initially made the... Well, let me just start how I felt after Mass Effect 3. And it's like, I felt disappointed, but over the years you start to get over that. Like, you start to kind of come to terms with, like, okay, well, it wasn't what I wanted to be, but you move on to better products. The issue itself, though, is that there's just not a lot of good sci-fi RPGs, and Andromeda feels more like that Star Trek movie game that came out. And, like, that Star Trek movie game isn't Star Trek. Like when I was talking about earlier, when I cut back to my Elitania stuff, like a game that just talks about philosophy and sci-fi mysteries from week to week. Like I'm talking about the original Star Trek, that like has those interesting things where I'm pretty sure it's Picard goes back in time to see if he would, you know, change something horrific that happened to him, but he doesn't because it's basically just a device to tell a really personal character story. And at a certain point, it's just like I just want interesting characters and stories in space. It's like it's almost not so much space, but like what space allows you to do, and sci-fi allows you the concepts to talk about. And it's just I feel like BioWare gets too wrapped up in trying to make this plot that doesn't pan out when it really should just go back to focusing on characters. And like Andromeda had a really good idea of like, let's focus back on Mass Effect 1 exploration, but like I said, this is it. This is the exploration. Like the best missions are all the hub missions that are super linear. Like Pharos. Therum is okay, but Therum is cut contact to begin with, so it's not the best, which is why I did it first, and you get a character out of it, so it's kind of okay. But Liara isn't that much of an interesting character to begin with. It's more what she has to say is interesting, even though you already know what she has to say and you can already confirm it for yourself. So, like in hindsight, Andromeda, it's like trying to focus on this or a better version of this. It's interesting, but all you're getting out of it is pretty visuals. Like if you're not going to tell a good story with it, you're just getting a nice view while you do nothing. And like here I'm just talking. Like I don't have that much, it's not that great of a view. Even back in 2007 it wasn't that great of a view. But you know, it's just something that kind of kill time and let myself be immersed in. Which is, it's doing it just as well as Andromeda does, except Andromeda I don't feel annoyed by how I'm not getting other content aside from open world exploring. And Andromeda getting its, I can't believe I crossed that road all that time. Andromeda gets its combat probably the best in the entire series. That doesn't give it an excuse in my opinion. Mass Effect 1 has terrible combat. I've talked about it. Mass Effect 1 has a learning curve when it comes to its combat. Like, you have to beat the game to really be good at it. And even then, like, you have to be, like, to get the best armor in the game, you have to beat the game probably twice. Which is ludicrous. Like, even if the game is fun and worth playing that many times, which it was for me, but it's not for everybody, most casual players don't even finish their first playthrough. Which is sad, but it happens. Let me just do a little inventory fiddling right now. Okay. But yeah, like I wasn't looking for like Andromeda to have good combat. I was looking forward to having an interesting story. And at this point, I'm just really tired of BioWare trying to do open world games, and I want them to just go back to just stories. Like good stories, good characters, good writing. I don't think that's too much to ask. Like I'm asking them to be less ambitious. But it looks like what they My armor's here somewhere. Wrex is talking. And he made me put my gun away. Wrex, that's very unlike you. That you would let me do that. Oh. This is gonna get a little hairy because it's close quarters, so don't mind if I just end up talking over all the violence and guns. Can I shoot this? Can I shoot this and have it do something? Please? Wow! I don't think I've ever seen that happen before. I don't think I've ever noticed that fuel tank being there. Tiny miracles. Oh crap. Oh god. Oh god. Wrex. Throw that guy. Oh, you missed. I made you miss. I'm sorry. Oh god. Forgot how to run. It's been too long. Okay. Let's just take a second, sit right here. I'm so terrible at this. I'm so sorry. I really should have grinded quests before this. Oh, not immunity. It's that ability's the worst. See, like this isn't great. Look at this. Like I've never seen that before. I've never seen that happen in Mass Effect. Where'd you go? Miss you so. Oh god. Oh no. Immunity. Heal! Alright, so I'm sorry. I said I was going to talk over this, but I can't, apparently. I suck. Oh my god. Wait, why can't I zoom in? Can I not? What? Yeah, I can zoom in with this gun. My game broken?
Enemies everywhere!
I can't believe. What difficulty am I on? Oh my god.
Enemies everywhere!
Good. Holy crap. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Holy goodness. That was terrible. But I'm proving my point. Mass Effect gameplay is bullshit. God. What's my health at? Bad, that's what it's at. These are gonna be useless to me, so I'll just sell them. I lost my train of thought entirely. That was terrible. That was 5 minutes of me doing nothing but dying. I'm gonna hear this heartbeat in my ears for now. I lost my train of thought. I'm so sorry. But yeah, and like, it's just, oh god, thank god the heartbeats are gone. But, yeah, Andromeda just isn't what I'm looking for, and it's just like, it was a lot like Inquisition, where the more I played it, the more I felt like I'm forcing myself to finish it. Like, it just feels like busy work, and the characters are okay, but they're all kind of cartoonish. Like, they all reveal too much about themselves way too early. Or not enough, honestly. Okay, let me just grab, yeah, that's good. Wait, where? Yep, I'll sort through this later. Nope, I never use those, so I'm just gonna throw them away. That's fine. Okay, easy. Oh, yeah.
This is it. I can't believe my ancestors ever wore this piece of crap. But at least I've got it back.
I'm glad
That's
I could
great,
help you
Wrex.
get it back.
I might just be starting to like you, Shepard.
Oh, stop it. Yeah, this is back in the Bioware era of, like, some of our story is going to be told purely in text. Let's see here. Wrex touches his grandfather's armor, his expression, thoughtful perhaps? Krogan are hard to read, then he shakes off his bemusement and grips his gun with renewed purpose. Time to move on. Not a whole lot being said. If this is Mass Effect 2, we'd get something like Grunt's Loyalty Mission. Which is fine, it's fun. And I'm not saying the combat shouldn't have been improved over the series. I'm glad it was. I just wish what made Mass Effect so great to begin with wasn't thrown out the window as a result. Like, I'm really tired of just like Mass Effect just having to run away from its own mistakes. Because Bioware as an industry, as a game developer, has done that way too much. Like, whenever they have a problem, they just run away from it. Every time. Is the Mako too hard to drive? Throw it out. And make something in Mass Effect 2 for the DLC and make it easier to drive, but make it a glass cannon. Make it break apart every 5 seconds. You know? You know what? And that didn't work either. Let's just throw out vehicles altogether. No more vehicles Mass Effect 3. The Nomad in Andromeda is pretty good to drive, but it doesn't have any weapons. So it's only good from getting you from A to B until you learn to fast travel. Then what's it good for? And I'm tired of this series feeling like it needs to get rid of things in order to be better. Like there are entire pieces of lore, characters, and settings that this game just feels like getting away from in order to tell a better story. And I would rather the game just like really just toughen up, take some criticism, and just really go back to where it should have been. Or at least, if it's gonna not be what it started out being, which is me running around in circles, if it's gonna not be that, at least experiment. For God, like, experiment. Like, don't do the traditional hero's journey. Like, do something at least crazy, but they're not gonna do that because it's a AAA game and they want to pretend like they're trying to stay faithful to Mass Effect while doing something new, even though they're not. Like the enemies in Mass Effect Andromeda are carbon copy of the enemies in Mass Effect 2. It's the same plot line except we're in a different galaxy, and it's a little bit better told cohesively. But like the characters are all like, whereas Mass Effect 2's characters are all comic book characters, like they're all super cool and interesting and over the top and dumb, and like there are too many extra ones for the sake of having more cool characters that one of them hopefully you'll like, even though most of them don't belong. Like in Andromeda they tried to have them be serious, but like they just suck. Like Liam makes no sense as a character. He's a man who was happy with his life but decided to leave the galaxy anyways for a new one. And he says he's a competent person when it comes to handling crises, but then when a crisis shows up, he's the worst at handling it. Like, Cora's supposed to be this commando who handles handles things with professionalism, but then she turns out to be a fangirl who doesn't know what to do when she feels jealous and when she feels like she's not the one in charge. Like, Miranda pulls that off way better. Like, she expresses surprise at your character in Mass Effect 2 and how good you are being in charge naturally, but like, she's still confident in herself. Like, despite the ass shots that the director is giving her, like, she's still really super competent, and she never the only way she questions her own capabilities is it's like, I'm awesome, but am I awesome because of my own actions, or am I awesome because I was built to be awesome? Like, can I credit myself with my own awesomeness, or my own identity, in a way? And that's a super deep question. And like, Andromeda doesn't handle anything like that. And Vetra is legitimately cool, Drac is legitimately cool, but they're repeats of Garrus and Wrex, and they're just told in more closed and confined spaces and with less time. And if anything, it's more concise and it's better overall. But like, it's I just want there to be a focus on just good storytelling again, and like, good intentions rather than trying to be something you're not. And at this point, I've looked it up and I've done my homework, and I've realized that Andromeda had a bunch of problems during its development, where it went through development hell for 5 years, where they had to outsource the animations and hence all the bugs. They had to knowingly ship a product that wasn't going to be its best. They wanted to eventually release this product. They had to switch directors, I believe, like midway through. And it's like certain ideas never materialized, certain ideas had to stay, got cut. It's a mess, and it's unfair. But like, Mass Effect is a series that should have deserved more time and polish. And like, I'm only here being mad and passionate about it because I care so much. And because this game got me to care so much. And like, I might have said it before on the channel, I don't know if I have, but the greatest thing a storytelling setting can do is give you as an audience the ability to imagine more. It's imagine more happening in the universe, more stories, more potential, more characters. And what does Andromeda do but just leave the setting? Instead of imagining more, it just decides to give up on what more is, and decides, okay, well, we'll just give up on that and go someplace else to make up more. It's like, no, but you have more. We've all imagined more, and you're choosing to abandon that because you can't own up to your own mistakes. Just own up to them, wash them away, say that was a bad move, and do it over. Like, just make a game that takes place 30 years after Mass Effect 3 and say, okay, all that crazy stuff that happened with the ending, those are all just alternate realities of what happened in this soft reboot. Like, the Reboot War just ended. Society isn't too different, but has key differences that make reference to those endings, or concepts for those endings, like Deus Ex, like transhumanism, AI technology, or Big Brother, or Destroy ending, where like you have this post-apocalyptic societies here and there. Like, just reference yourself, just allow yourself that creativity, and don't feel chained down by your own creation, because that's just sad. That's just sad at a certain point. And like, I'm rambling at this point, and I hope I sincerely apologize if the second half of this retrospective doesn't just become me rambling about Andromeda and the series at large, because I want to talk about what's actually happening, and I want to talk about the writing. But this, I'm treating this right now, the little loyalty missions, as downtime for me to talk about kind of everything. So just bear with me until we get back to the plot. And, you know, if this isn't your cup of tea, you know, I'm sorry. I like I said, Andromeda isn't a terrible game. It's just not a good successor to Mass Effect, in my opinion. It could have been its own IP. And if, you know, Anthem seems like they're actually going for exploration with that, with BioWare's new IP. But man, I feel like I'm ending this on a really rambly note, and I don't want to do that, but I don't think I have a choice at this point. So to sum up Rex's loyalty quest, I didn't get to follow up dialogue with him. There's not that much, but it's there. You know, we're doing him a favor. It's the end of the day. We didn't have to do it. But ultimately, the success of that loyalty mission will come... It's something that comes more in a TV show where you get to know a character over time. And what it does is we create an understanding. And this payoff is really going to come during Vermeer, unfortunately. And that's not perfect. And I know you're really not going to get to understand fully what I'm talking about until we get to Vermeer. But trust me, and I understand that I might not be telling you it the way it should be told. And there are certain things you have to play the game yourself to understand. But we'll get to that point, and we'll talk there, and hopefully you'll still be watching. But for now, next time I'm probably going to tackle Garrus's quest line. I promise I will get better at the game, grind out the other quests that I'm supposed to do so we don't run into any more surprises. You know, and I'll shoot footage for the things that I think are worth seeing besides the loyalty quests. So I'll see you next time on the Retrospective, guys. I hope you find some of this enjoyable. I hope you find some of this interesting to just kind of have somebody share their thoughts about this, because it's just why I'm doing it. And even if honestly myself, I just enjoy hearing other people's thoughts on Mass Effect. It's just something I can't get enough of. It's a pet project of mine that I enjoy. It's the water cooler talk I can't stop being around. You know, for better or for worse. And that says something, you know. So, I will go ahead and say nothing more other than I'll see you next time. And stay tuned for helpful stuff and the other stuff that we have going on. So, see you next time. See you later.